This week on the PRESSURECAST, PlayStation 4 gets a price cut, the video game voice acting strike moves forward, and Valve teams up with GameStop. Plus, impressions of the Star Wars Battlefront beta, the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection, Rock Band 4, Transformers Devastation, and Disgaea 5 Alliance of Vengeance. Everything happening in the world of video games is here, now, on the PRESSURECAST. MASH. Hey, Pressure Pals! Welcome to the 99th episode of the PRESSURECAST. Video Games Are Dumb.com's weekly news panic that posts every single Monday on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, TuneIn Radio, and America's longest-running independent newspaper at ShepherdExpress.com. My name is Colin One Copy Tanner. I only bought one copy.
He only made one copy this week.
Only got one copy. And across from me, my guest expert panel... Get away from the damn microphone. You're overdriving. Justin, expert of overdriving on the microphone. Engelbart.
That's not my title. Let's try this again.
Nope, that is what it is. It took us literally 8 minutes to get the intro recorded this week. I don't know where my brain is at.
That was a Colin Tanner moment. That was me that time.
Yeah, it's been you the whole time.
No, it was you this time.
Oh my God. Okay, we've had one hell of a morning. Let me tell you, we record this in the morning. We like to go to McDonald's before we get here.
We go there.
Will you stop overdriving? Get away from the microphone.
You stop overdriving.
It has been a real rough morning, everybody. Let me tell you the best part about the morning, though. We go to McDonald's, right? We're in Wisconsin, by the way. Wisconsin, it's Sunday. You know what that means?
Everybody's wearing Packer gear.
Everybody loves the Packers in Wisconsin, except for me. I don't really care. Don't really follow sports.
I don't care either, Colin.
Either way, we're there. We're getting our coffees. We're getting our little breakfast sandwiches. We're having a good time. And we're trying to leave, right? And there's this lady who's spraying down the door, and she's wiping it down.
She's a sweetly...
Yeah, sweet old lady. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about a sweet old lady
then
here.
You're changing the story.
No, I'm not changing the story.
I'm
not changing the story. What happened was she's spraying down the door, so she's not letting us get through there. There's some other guy, he can't get through either, and he's wearing all his Packer gear. But whatever, she's spraying it down. I'm like, okay, let's go.
Maybe there's something wrong with her. I don't know.
So let's go out the other way. That's fine. She's busy right now. There's multiple doors. There's multiple doors here.
Yeah, there's a lot of copies to have.
And we can get out this door over here. Anyway, and she looks at this guy who's dressed head to toe in Packer gear and goes, you like the Packers? So like that. She goes, but don't you?
And he's like, yeah.
And she's like, but don't you think the Packers are a gay pile? And he just
I don't think that's very politically correct.
No, gay pile. And she just, I'm like, right away I was like, well, I didn't hear that right. And he at the same time was like, what? And she's like, a gay pile. And
he's like, I don't know what you mean by that.
No, he just went, no.
Yeah, he was like, what do you mean?
He was trapped. He was trapped in this conversation because she wouldn't let him out the door and was talking about how football is a gay pile. What does that mean? I've never heard anyone say that.
A gay pile?
Because she's like, because they're always, bad pieces. She's like, because they're always on top of each other. So that's what our morning is like. We're getting locked in with this conversation with this woman that's like, A, homophobic, and B, hates sports, and is like,
there might have been something slightly wrong with this lady.
I don't think so. I think
that she's got some problems.
Yeah, she's an asshole. That was the problem. I don't even follow sports. What is up with that?
I don't think you say that unless you have some sort of something wrong with you.
Yeah, okay. Well, either way, so that's been the morning. It's been a crazy morning, just trying to get everything all together. It's been absolutely nuts. But we are here to talk about all the latest video game news. We
finally made it.
That's the very first time I think we creaked open the door to explain what the recording process is like when we have to go to McDonald's just to fuel up on coffee.
Usually we get 2 coffees for Colin.
I didn't get 2 coffees. I don't need 2 coffees. I am pumped and ready to go with the show.
He's wired up, guys.
Especially
get ready.
Because Justin has some expert analysis that we are going to get to later.
I'm bringing it.
Okay. In case you never listened to the show before, you're wondering why you're talking about like homophobic ladies at McDonald's. Each week, the PRESSURECAST slices up the latest video game news, past, present, and future into several sensational segments, and we deliver it right into your ears in 2 hours or less. Starting off with the very first segment, thank you for the email. That's right, you can email us.
Right off the bat, guys.
Why are you trying to cover up where people can email us? Why are you trying to hide it?
Right off the bat, guys.
Why are you hiding it from people? I want to say it.
I want to hear them email us.
PRESSURECAST@gmail.com. That's PRESSURECAST@gmail.com. Or you can tweet at us at PRESSURECASTPod. Go to the YouTube. You can just leave a comment below. Say, hey, can you read this on air? I will say, yes, I will. And then I'll do that. Or you can even call or text the Pressure line, 954-947-7377. That's 954-94-PRESS.
Is that your private phone number?
That's my private phone number, which, it's a voicemail thing, so no one's going to answer. Just like when we got this message earlier this week from Keon. He left us a message on the pressure line. Take it away, Keon.
Hey, what's going on, PRESSURECAST crew? How you guys doing? My name is Keon, calling from Baltimore, Maryland. Just wanted to say I thoroughly enjoyed the show. You guys are hilarious. Let me tell you, one of my favorite skits that you guys did was the Dusty Road skit. I can't even tell you that without laughing about it. I've been listening to you guys for quite a while now, and you guys do an excellent job, man. Definitely keep up the great work. But I do have a question for you guys. I just want to know, what do you guys think about Microsoft this holiday season? They've become very aggressive with the bundles that they've been offering and the exclusives this year. Do you think that they can stop the momentum of Sony this year because of that? Thank you guys very much, Colin, Justin, and I believe Steve. Hopefully I got you guys' names right. But you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye. Thanks.
Keon, first-time caller, not holding back. Right away, first question. Hey, what do you think Xbox is going to do this fall?
Man, that's going to be a rough fall.
I feel like we're stepping a little bit into the chart park here, but you know what? Let's just kick it off right into the earth-shattering stories.
My favorite section.
That's because Keon just brought it. He was not messing around. Like, seriously, Keon, thank you for calling in. Not holding back whatsoever.
Very thoughtful.
Just saying PlayStation 4 versus Xbox. Go. Dang, that's pretty big. And here's the funniest part. The day I got that message, the next day we received this bit of news. Let's preface this a little bit. The Xbox One has been $350 for, I want to say, a little over a year now. Originally, the system launched at $500 because it had the Kinect included. That didn't really
Nobody
help.
wanted that thing.
Nobody wanted it. It was dying on the vine right there. So what they do, they got rid of the Kinect, and then they brought the price down to $400 to match the PlayStation 4. Still could not keep up with Sony. I believe they took June when they dropped the price, but Sony was still beating them month after month. And so now we're getting up to the holiday season. Much like Keon mentioned, there are so many bundles. I mean, there's going to be a Tomb Raider bundle. There's a Forza bundle.
There's a Humble bundle, right?
There's going to be a Halo 5 bundle. Or is there? I don't actually remember. I assume there is.
I think there was.
Either way. So how is Sony going to do this year? And I would have said that Sony should be a little bit worried because at the end of the day, a lot of these systems do go to families, to households with multiple people. And if they can get themselves, a little bit of a bargain saying, hey, save $50, I could spend that on a game, or that's how I can do Xbox Live, just a year-long subscription. Why not? Well, Sony has done what I never would have imagined would take place this year.
Pandemonium.
Seriously, they dropped the price of the PlayStation 4 to $350. They also happened to do it on, I think it was October 9th, the same day as Uncharted the Nathan Drake Collection, which is the most anticipated PlayStation 4 exclusive. We'll get into that in a bit. So right now it's going to be $349 in the United States. It's going to be $449 in Canada. According to Sony, our goal at PlayStation has always been to provide the best gameplay experience at the best value. We feel this new compelling price will open the door to even more gamers that have yet to purchase a system.
Well, they dropped it right into my price range. I'll tell you that.
Well, it's no joke. People actually do pay attention to price cuts. People will say, I'm not going to buy that until there's a price cut, and then they live up to that. It's insane. People will actually go, oh, okay, yeah, now I'll buy it.
Well, there's some cheapskates like me who want one more price cut.
Well, I mean, you're going to have to wait like 3 years. Like, there's
that long?
Oh, my God. The first price cut usually comes pretty early. It's the second one that takes a while, traditionally.
Oh, this is the first price cut? Did they start out at $400 then?
They started off at $400,
okay.
Which was a big deal at E3 when they announced their price. People were saying that's so fair, that's so reasonable. And the lead that Sony has over Xbox is so substantial. It's more than 2 to 1.
How many units at this point?
Well, I guess the Xbox is probably, if I just had to estimate, it's probably somewhere around 11 million. I know that the last numbers they put out were about 10 million, whereas Sony is somewhere around 24 million.
Wow.
So it's
that's a bloodbath.
It really is pretty substantial.
That's the Battle of Lynchburg there.
I don't know what that means, but regardless, Phil Spencer even said when he was asked, can Xbox actually catch up? Can they beat the PlayStation 4 this generation? Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, had this to say. I don't know. The length of the generation. They have a huge lead, and they have a good product. I love the content and the games lineup that we have. Whether it's always on, used games, whatever the feature was, we lost trust in them being the
gamers?
Yes.
Wait, is that serious?
Yeah.
That's what he means?
That they were at the center of our decision-making process. What you find is very quickly you lose the benefit of the doubt. You lose your customer's assumption that the reason you're building your product is to delight them and not just to build a better and more manipulative product. Because that was the concern when they announced the Xbox One. Now, if Sony had not dropped the price, I would have actually said that Xbox was probably going to take maybe November, maybe October, maybe even December, because the $50 difference and these amazing bundles that you have already. Halo 5 is going to sell systems. There's no denying that. That's a huge franchise for Microsoft, even though the sales have dipped entry after entry. None of them seem to match the prior entry in terms of sales. Sony does not have the exclusives this fall. They have Uncharted and Nathan Drake Collection,
That's
which is
a nice one, though. Yeah.
It's a repackaging of where the most recent game is 4 years old.
Well, is Halo the same way? How new is 5?
5 is brand new.
Oh,
brand
okay,
new.
brand new.
Built from the ground up. And also when you look at what else did they have this fall? Until Dawn, that's not really a system seller.
Yeah.
Whereas, the Forza and Tomb Raider and Halo, all of these franchises that are recognizable. Now, I'm not saying Uncharted isn't recognizable, but I would say if you ask somebody if they knew, I don't know, Halo or if they knew Uncharted, I'm going to guess that most...
Probably Halo, right?
I'm going to guess that most people know about the Uncharted, or they know about Halo more than Uncharted. Almost flipped my
What about
opinion
Tomb
there.
Raider there?
Oh my God, Tomb Raider's huge.
You think people know? It's basically Uncharted, huh?
Yeah, it is in some ways their response to Uncharted, but it is a timed exclusive that's eventually going to be released on the PlayStation 4. That doesn't really help their case either. For a lot of people, they'll go, "Oh, I'll just get the PS4. I'll get Tomb Raider when it's re-released with all the DLC," because that's the other thing. People are too wise about marketing now. It's kind of disappointing where they're like, "I'll just wait for the price drop. I'll just wait for the collector's edition."
You spoke and we listened.
So, Keon, no, Microsoft will not catch up. I was hoping that they would catch up because, frankly, I don't like it when somebody has too far of a lead because then they get lazy. People look at Xbox 360 and they look at PlayStation 3 and they look at what happened with the Xbox One after Xbox had such a long lead. But what they really should be looking at is Nintendo because they had such a long lead.
Yeah.
They over 100 million Wiis were sold in the world, and then look what they did. They put out the Wii U, and that was just that was not taking maybe what consumers wanted in mind, and that's why the Wii U is a significant disappointment. And
it's
a lot
like
of
the
people,
PS Vita of the console war.
I thought you liked the PS Vita.
I love the Vita. I'd probably like a Wii U too if I had it, right? But
you would love the Wii U. I mean, Justin, do you know more people that own PlayStation 4s than Xbox One? Just anecdotal.
No, I know more Xbox One people.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. What are they playing exactly?
Well, my one friend really loves that Dead Rising stuff.
Well, that's a launch title, so that you might want to tell him that there's other stuff out now.
I forgot what he's playing more recently. I think he's playing like those Walking Deads and stuff. Not any of the really hardware-intensive AAA titles that you would expect.
More like indie stuff, eh?
I guess so, from what I can tell. Yeah, I don't know what it is. For some reason, I just seem to know people with the Xbox One, but you got both of them, so...
I got it all, baby. Let me tell you, here's what's crazy, though. And by the way, thank you for mentioning the Dusty Rhodes promo from, I think that was Steve's commercial a few weeks ago.
I think that's what he was referring to.
I think so. We've done a lot of Dusty Rhodes thing. We love doing Dusty Rhodes here, baby.
Hey, I had a good follow-up question for you from Keon's thing, though.
Okay.
Do you think the Xbox One is going to outsell the PS4 this winter?
Never.
It won't even outsell it.
Not even
They're not
close.
going to make any ground up.
It's too late.
Okay.
See, that's what makes it so sad is that they did have that opportunity, and now with the prices being matched, here's how it works. Basically, the reason the Xbox 360 sold so well is because online play became a larger component of what the average consumer wanted out of their latest system. But they also knew that they had segmented off online play. So in other words, if you want to play Call of Duty with your buddies and they all have Xboxes, you can't buy a PlayStation 3 and play with them. So that's what it builds in that audience. So when more people own a PlayStation 4, and online play is very significant, when you look at where the most popular titles that are coming up, they have online play. People go, oh, okay, well, why don't we all get PlayStation 4s and we'll all play Battlefield online together, or whatever that title is, Star Wars Battlefront. If you look from a business perspective, though, this is really interesting that Sony did this, just because PlayStation is not the only profitable, but one of the very few profitable branches out of Sony right now. That company is not doing very well. And it's kind of a shame that they can't seem to to make every other section of their business work as well as PlayStation, because all PlayStation does is listen to the consumers. So you would assume, because the PlayStation's already profitable, they wouldn't want to drop that price. I know it's been 2 years, but they wouldn't want to drop that price because they don't have to. People are already buying the PlayStation for it. That adds up to more money. I think there must be something out there where they go, it's not a fear of Xbox, I don't think. It's not fear that the Xbox One is going to catch up. I think they dropped the price because they're like, we want this to sell faster.
And they might be sticking it to Microsoft a little bit, though.
Oh, maybe. Sure. I mean, I don't think that there's any...
Just like, we're already so far ahead and now we're doing this. Sorry, guys. What's your next move? You don't have any moves.
I think it's just them going, have we reached the point where everyone that's going to buy a PlayStation 4 at this price has already bought it? And the answer is no, but enough have, and there's a larger portion that will buy it at $350. And they recognize that because...
It's like microwave popcorn, right? It stops popping as fast towards the end, and you're like, oh, it's done. No, I'm just going to put another bag in there.
You know what? Yeah, it's exactly like that. Microwave PlayStation is the correct answer there. I hope that Sony has the amount of exclusives that they keep promising. That's the other element that we need to talk about. Like I said, Xbox, lots of amazing exclusives. In the future, we know about Crackdown. In the future, we know about Quantum Break, or whatever that game is called.
I'm not too excited about that one, whatever it's called.
Yeah, and when it comes to Sony, it's kind of like, well, we know about Uncharted 4. Okay.
Yeah, here it is.
You got another Killzone in the works? No? Okay, well.
Here you go.
I mean, we know what Guerrilla Studios is working on. They're working on that futuristic dinosaur game.
Half-Life 3?
Yeah, sure, why not? Just call it Half-Life 3. So, I don't know. I really hope that Sony has the exclusives to back this up, because if they have another 2014 or another 2015, it's not good times. Look at the amount of exclusives on Xbox One. High quality, good exclusives. Well, you look at Sony. What do you got? Knack? Knack. You got Infamous Second Son, which is a great game, but nobody really got into it.
Uh-huh.
You got something like Until Dawn, which apparently is surprising people, but that's just I can't imagine a wider audience really caring about that title. So I don't know. I hope. I keep saying I don't know, but because I really don't. Sony must have had a good reason for this. Anyway, Keon, thank you for the voicemail.
Thanks, Keon.
Seriously, guys, if you're calling in, you can hear your voice on the air, just like Keon did. 954-947-7377.
No guarantee you're going to be as good as Keon was, though.
No.
Very well-spoken gentleman.
I know. He is. He sounded like he would do a better job at hosting the show than I would, which is kind of embarrassing.
Or at least a better guest star than Steve.
Oh, wow.
I mean me.
You had to put
I meant to say me.
Yeah, you meant to say you, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Right before we get to the hype train, we have one more shorter email from Greg. Thank you for the email,
Welcome, Greg.
Here's what he says. Hey, PRESSURECAST, let's talk Zelda.
Ooh.
Which 3D and which top-down Zelda is your favorite and why? My two are Twilight Princess and A Link Between Worlds. I simply like the realistic graphics from Twilight Princess. A Link Between Worlds was great. It kept me going because it was like A Link to the Past, but with more to do, different puzzles, and better visuals. Don't get me wrong, I like all Zeldas, except the DS ones.
Come on.
These are my personal favorites. Have a good rest of the podcast. Greg, thank you for the email,
Thanks,
Greg. Justin, you're probably a little bit more into the Zelda than I am.
Yeah.
So what favorite 2D game and favorite 3D game, and why? Go.
I'm definitely going with Ocarina as my favorite 3D game.
Ocarina?
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina?
They don't tell you how to pronounce it, but yeah.
They do. When you press start the game, they go, Ocarina of Time.
Well, that's kind of a weird sounding voice.
I don't know what I'm doing in a Zelda game.
I could have thought the C was a hard one, right? Ocarina. Anyway, I just like the more simple gameplay mechanics. I don't like having all these weird power-ups and that sort of stuff, like the wall crawling stuff. That's cool with me. That's fine. But you just give me the dungeon, give me some nice puzzles. I mean, you got to have a different item in every dungeon that you have to use.
I mean, you haven't played A Link Between Worlds yet, though, right?
I have, yeah.
You played it?
Yep.
Did you really like it?
It was pretty good. There's some confusing parts, which is the wall stuff. Where you gotta go into like the paintings on the wall, the 3D becomes 2D stuff.
So if Ocarina of Time is your favorite 3D one, what is your favorite 2D one?
Probably Link to the Past.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
You can't. The bosses are great. Love the soundtrack.
Except for maybe one. Here's my deal with Zelda. I don't care.
I don't care about Zelda?
Not really. It's kind of boring after a while. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the games, but I can never get excited for them. You know?
I could see that, but
It's like getting excited for a pizza. It's like, oh, wow.
you like pizza.
I like pizza, but that doesn't mean that like I'm going to be like, I can't wait for that pizza to get. I'm never like that.
You are like that. We ordered a pizza the other week. You're like, come on, man.
Hurry up, get the pizza here.
It's been 2 hours.
More pizza, please. For me, Zelda is just one of those franchises where, and I do like Zelda.
You like Majora's Mask, right?
Majora's Mask is okay. I really don't like many. It's not that I don't like. I don't have a fondness really for the 3D Zelda games.
You don't have the nostalgia that some of us do?
No, for me, my favorite Zelda game is the first one. And I'm not trying to be a hipster or anything. It's just that...
You hipster.
Oh,
At least you didn't say Zelda 2.
Yeah, you probably never heard of it. Zelda 2 is actually a lot better than I remember.
It's not bad.
It's pretty a great combat engine. The thing with the original Zelda that I like so much about it is that it's go anywhere, do anything, even though, of course, there's actually an order to it, but you can break that structure. That's why I'm so excited for the upcoming Zelda game on the Wii U, if it does end up on the Wii U. Besides that, Zelda 1 had the best thing ever that has never been replicated fully in the rest of Zeldas.
Don't tell people. This sounds like a secret.
Maybe it's a secret to everybody, but maybe it was in Zelda 2, but it wasn't as cool. And that's Link's
crossbow.
Damn laser sword.
Oh.
I want my damn laser sword.
Full-powered Master Sword?
Yeah, when you're at full power, you shoot a hologram of your sword and it hits people.
I'm pretty sure that's in all of the games.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's in Link to the Past, that's for sure.
Yeah, but it's not. You don't start off with it.
Right off the bat, yeah.
Yeah, I want that should be a permanent component to the gameplay. I hate that they try and segment that off.
Yeah. You know what? That's my problem with a lot of the newer Zeldas is they make you take like 2.5 hours of tutorials before you get the sword.
Yeah.
And that's not even the good sword. That's not even the Master Sword.
Yeah. I mean,
It
really,
can be kind of annoying.
If I were them, it's kind of depressing because they've kind of put themselves into a corner here because either they can have it start off really slow and boring like all the other games. And by the way, hey, more power to you, Greg, that you like Twilight Princess. You're not going to hear that from very many people. People hate that game.
People like Skyward Sword a lot, though.
Oh my God, Skyward Sword. That game is that game. You have to backtrack a lot. I don't even know. God, I don't even know if I ever beat a Zelda game. Like just off the top of my head.
Really? You didn't even beat Link to the Past?
I beat Ocarina of Time. I never beat Link to the Past. I'll probably just do that live. You
should. You could probably beat it one night.
It's just one of those things where I just get bored after a while. It's not as interesting. And then you play something like Okami, and it's like, oh my God, this is kind of what Zelda should be doing here. But for me,
or Binding of Isaac,
the original Legend of Zelda. I love the music. I love the world. I love the laser sword. Can't beat the laser sword. It's such a riveting gameplay mechanic. And the idea that you can go anywhere and do anything. So I'm really hopeful that this Wii U game can be just as good. So, yeah.
For any of you Zelda fans who check out Binding of Isaac, it looks a lot like Zelda. You got the different square rooms. It's like the dungeon crawler kind of thing with the...
got the different square...
with the walls you can knock out and stuff, different power-ups. I
love it when you can tell...
A lot like Zelda.
I love when you can tell what someone's going to say, and then they just skip over, like, it's got a lot of, the square rooms.
Not everyone in podcasting speaks as eloquently as my friend, the Macho Man himself, Colin Tanner.
No, welcome to McDonald's. What can I get for you? Yeah, can I get a salad? It's like
that's the classic, what is it? Who's the guy that... Porky Pig. But they have salad.
Scat Man?
He scats a little bit. You know what I'm talking about, Chief.
I'm a scat man.
No, that's beat-up-up-up-up.
Well, yeah, he works his way up. No, he works his way up to that. He doesn't start there.
Scat Man.
It's a scat man.
What's that guy's name again?
I don't know. Scat Man?
Oh, yeah. No, it wasn't. That's the song.
I know. That music is amazing. I just love that music.
I also like Eiffel 65.
Puts you in a good mood. It's good mood music.
You should listen to it.
Yeah, Eiffel 65, I don't know. I'm a little on the fence with them.
You like Blue.
That's not how the song goes. Man, when they put that in Iron Man 3, that pissed me off. I couldn't believe they put that song in.
He was having a great movie until he saw that part.
Yeah, I actually put that on Facebook as you could actually label when you lost a family or whatever, lost a family member, and I said Iron Man 3 was terrible, and I put the theater that I saw it in as a location.
Follow us on Facebook.
www.facebook.com/
Colin Tanner.
That's not me.
Okay.
That's probably somebody else.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
come on.
It's the Hype Train. That's right. Feel the PR vibrations as we barrel towards video game satisfaction station on the Hype Train. This is the part where we talk about all the upcoming games and get you hyped up to just spend money. Spend money on games, unless you go to Best Buy and steal it. Don't do that, though.
Suspend the use of your dollars.
We're not advising any theft here, but we are advising the hype. The right to hype.
Wait, one quick Best Buy thing.
Yes.
Why do they still have like 80 people working there when no one goes there anymore?
Those are robots.
Oh.
Best Buy designed those a long time ago, buddy. That's why you see the same guy that doesn't look like he ages, and he's always in the audio-visual department. Visio.
And there's the one that's based on that girl you didn't like from high school?
Yeah. I wish that was an inside joke, but that was really just something random.
No, that's an inside joke, man.
I don't get it.
I'll tell you about her after the show. Because
Okay,
I don't
great.
want to put her on blast here, right?
Toot toot! Let's kick it off with Far Cry Primal. That's right, there's a brand new Far Cry game that is going to be released next February 23rd to be exact. And unlike the previous Far Cry games that had guns and lasers and all sorts of stuff, if you remember Blood Dragon or Far Cry 4.
Blood Dragon.
This one is going to be taking place in 10,000 BC and is promised to be a full-fledged single-player experience. When I hear full-fledged, I assume that means retail, not downloadable like Blood Dragon.
You think it's going to be worth the $60?
I don't know. But you're going to be fighting things like woolly mammoths and saber-toothed tigers. You're going to be using your, sharpened sticks and rocks and all sorts of primal tools to take out people. You'll be the last surviving member of your hunting tribe. Ooh.
You're going to be living in a cave.
Yeah.
Get excited.
The funny thing about it is I remember they put out a survey about 2 years ago asking where you wanted the next Far Cry to go. And one of them was prehistoric times. I remember that. Another one was about vampires, I want to say, and zombies. And another one was a sequel to Blood Dragon. And so I assume most people voted for the prehistoric times. I remember that survey.
I think it was pretty close vote.
Yeah, probably 50-50.
Give me the Dracula Castle one.
Well, Blood Dragon was never great. Everyone thinks it's a lot better than it actually is. It's very funny, but the actual gameplay itself is really slow.
What's the setting in that one?
Futuristic world, kind of like a 1980s cartoon. It takes place after Vietnam War II. Like, it's very funny, but the actual gameplay is crouch, slowly walk up, and hit somebody. There's not a whole lot of running around shooting and having fun. Justin, does a prehistoric first-person shooter sound interesting to you?
It does sound interesting. I'd like to scale back the weapons a little bit. Seems like you have a lot of the same weapon sets in a lot of these new FPSs. Not that I play most of them.
Right.
But, you've got your sniper rifle, you got your rocket launcher, you got your assault rifle, you got that handgun that they force you to use sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be nice to just get a different array of weapons there. And the Far Cry games always are a little bit different. I like the different destructible environment stuff, fires you can start and whatnot.
Barney, press circle to crouch.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Even though there's no dinosaurs in it, they should try and get a deal going with Warner Brothers because they own, they're part of Time Warner, so they can actually get Hanna-Barbera's Flintstone characters in
one
here.
of my Bronco burgers.
Yeah.
John Goodman lost a lot of weight. I hope he can still play Barney.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe, hopefully. Doot doot. Star Citizen. Yes, the Kickstarted game Star Citizen. Hey, it's raised over $91 million, which is rather impressive. Also is going to have a rather impressive voice cast for its single player known as Squadron 42. So who's going to be there? How about Gary Oldman? Gillian Anderson.
They wasted all their money on actors, huh?
John Rhys Davies. And Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill, of course, was...
Luke Skywalker.
Yes, but he was also in...
Star Wars.
You're screwing me up. I can't think of it now. Star Commander. I don't know. Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Starfighter?
It was made into a movie. It was a video game series that was made into a movie.
Wing Commander?
Thank you. Jesus, why are you messing with my brain? Doot doot.
Wait, he was in Wing Commander? I don't remember that.
Doot. It was a bad movie.
I remember Freddie Prinze Jr. in there.
Yeah,
Matthew Lillard.
Is that the guy from SLC Punk?
Yep.
Oh my God, what is he doing in that movie?
He's the Dungeons and Dragons ambassador.
I guess they're gonna make a sequel to that movie sooner or later.
Oh, I heard about that.
Hashtag don't do it. Doot doot. Okay, so you might be saying we're all about the hype here and the hype train, but I want to know what's been hyping up the most hyped people in the hyped world. Well, guess what? We've got the list right here because Nielsen took a survey to find out what are the most anticipated games of this fall. Here's what they found out. Number 1, with a bullet, is Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Number 2, Far Cry...
Let's get closer to this one.
Fallout 4. Number 3, Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Number 4, Need for Speed. And number 5, Star Wars Battlefront. Now, when it comes to exclusives, exclusives, yes. The most popular one by far was on the Xbox One. It was Halo 5. The most popular one on the PlayStation 4 was the Nathan Drake Collection. So I guess Call of Duty's going to do fine, probably because it's Black Ops, which is a very popular sub-franchise in the Call of Duty series.
You finally get to play as a black cop in this one?
Oh my god. Stop with that joke. It's such an old joke. If you've never seen the meme, it's the guy from Family Matters.
Winslow.
Yeah.
Carl Winslow.
Yes. Very good. That's a good. Great. You know what's the most anticipated Vita game?
Is there one?
Corpse Party Blood Drive. I just overdrove when I said Blood Drive.
I think that was an appropriate time for overdriving.
Doot doot. So why exactly is Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection, the most anticipated game on the PlayStation 4? Well, let me tell you. It's because, according to Naughty Dog's Eric Monisel, 80%
That's a lot.
of PlayStation 4 owners didn't own or never played the Uncharted series. According to him, that was one of the reasons why we thought remastering it would be a good idea. It's actually pretty insane how many people that bought PlayStation 4 never owned a PlayStation 3 and never played Uncharted. That's really crazy. You think it's a really popular franchise, but you look at the sales numbers, that actually does make a whole lot of sense. I'm just a little worried. We'll get into it when we get to the games of the week. How people are going to feel when they play something like, Drake's Fortune, the 2007 game. No matter how much you remaster it, it does not hold up,
Well, if these people haven't played it before, why do you think they would play it now?
Because it's in a collection.
Right, but they'd have to go buy the collection.
Yeah,
they could have bought the other games when they came out.
But they want to play the collection. It's the most anticipated game on the thing. Doot doot. Star Wars Battlefront. It has a beta going on. There's a beta going on.
It's a whole lot of beta going on.
On the PlayStation 4, its resolution is 900p. On the Xbox One, it's 720p. Here's the funny thing about this. It's not 1080p. It is 60 frames a second. But I remember on Reddit, there was a representative of Electronic Arts that was like, hey, I don't know where you guys heard about this 900p thing, but that's just pure speculation. And this was back at E3. This is back during E3.
That's a long time ago.
And now it's true. But then again, who knows? Maybe the final game will have a better resolution, but I doubt it.
That guy didn't know what he was talking about.
That guy was a real jerk, real pain in the ass.
Idiot of the week.
Doot doot. Also worth noting, now you're getting quiet. Now we got quiet, Justin. Now Justin's going to hide from the microphone.
I'm not hiding.
All right.
I'm bringing it.
Yeah. Star Wars Battlefront, we already knew that we were going to have, Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader.
Skywalker.
And Boba Fett. These are the characters that will, you can control and run in the battlefield and fight a bunch of people. It's basically like an overkill mode. Well, someone did some digging through the beta, and they discovered that Han Solo, the Emperor, and Princess Leia were also in the data, so I guess that's who you're going to be able to play as.
Finally, the option to play as the Emperor.
Emperor Palpatine.
I can shoot out alpha lasers.
Everybody can shoot out lightning now, so it sounds cool.
Because he was the only one at first.
Yeah, and then they took that away from him. That's like everybody
what are they going to give him now?
Everybody's in Dracula's world dies when you get a stake in the heart. They shall live when they get the wood right through the heart. Also worth noting that there's a mode called Hero Battle. No one knows exactly what it is.
I think I could figure that out. Sounds pretty simple.
Uh-huh.
I bet you fight your heroes with other heroes.
The beta is running until October 12th, which is today, so hurry up, people.
I'm going to go buy a system right now. Open this up.
All right.
Battlefront time.
Doot doot. More Star Wars Battlefront news. This is actually, I would say.
This is where it gets good, guys.
Nicholas Fargas. Figueres? I don't know. It's Greek names.
I digress.
Greek names never work well for me. I'm just being honest.
Fargas? Nick Fargas?
Fargas.
That's good enough.
Fartus.
He's a fartist.
Anyway, he was being interviewed, and they were asking him about, is there any way you can obtain credits outside of the game? And he, here's the question. Let's go back and forth. Back and forth?
Nick Farzis?
Well, the currency system is based on your game performance. The credits that you use to buy things in the game are earned. You play the game, complete challenges, and that's how you get credits. The interviewer then said, so is that the only way you can obtain credits? By earning them by performance? the guy responded, yes, that's what's in the game, absolutely. So it sounds like there's no microtransactions whatsoever.
Good news.
They even asked him, "Is like, so is there microtransaction?" And he goes, "That's not part of the core design or how it works. This is a progressive system based on your gameplay performance." Kind of surprising because everybody sort of anticipated that it would have it because it's a multiplayer game. Multiplayer games usually have microtransactions.
You want to get the edge any way you can, right?
Single player games traditionally don't have multiplayer or single player games traditionally don't have microtransactions.
Okay.
Toot toot. Unless they're Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is a single-player only game with microtransactions. That's right. They have a bunch of new modes that are going to be coming out with the Season Pass, including an endurance mode and a bunch of costumes and 2 new tombs to raid.
Angelina Jolie mode, right? No?
Yeah, all right, whatever. And then there's these things called expedition cards. Now, some of these cards you can use once, some of these cards you can use forever, but you can't use it in the single-player game. You have to use it in, like, a speedrun mode. I'm not exactly sure where they take place, but they give you abilities such as Big Head Mode.
Lara Croft herself.
Here's a quote from Square Enix. There are 2 types of expedition cards, foil and common. A foil card will give Laura the strongest or strangest variations and can be used as many times as you wish. A common card is only used once, and you'll need to earn more credits to buy it back. Of course, one of those ways you can earn those credits is to simply buy them.
Simple. It's simple.
Why in the hell?
Economics, Colin.
I mean, here's the thing. I don't care. If you don't like it, don't buy it. That's not a big deal. I'm just thinking about this from a business standpoint. Why on earth even include this? I can't imagine. The system barely makes any sense to me. I'm just reading it going, so you can't use it in the single player. You have to use it in this other mode. And then you could use this one. No, you can use this multiple times. No, that one's once. But if you want the once, we need the money.
It sounds like the Final Fantasy VIII card system.
You're buying temporary items for a single player game? That's really weird.
Why would anyone want temporary items anyway?
I don't know. Like,
I want permanent items.
Doot doot. Funny you should say that, because Metal Gear Solid 5 has a brand new way to keep your items permanent. In Metal Gear Solid 5, there are these things called FOB insurance, forward operating bases. These forward operating bases, I just said FOB insurance. They're called field operating bases, forward operating bases.
Fobs.
You're screwing me up. Here's the stop it. So what they do is basically they go and attack other bases that are online and take their stuff. You don't have any involvement with it. It's just basically they bring you back the money or you lose stuff. And sometimes it sucks to lose stuff because you don't even have to be online to lose your items. I mean, you have to connect to the internet, but you don't actually have to be playing the game to lose your items. So they've introduced FOB insurance. That's right, insurance for the items that you might potentially lose. You must purchase the insurance with MB coins. Which is mother base coins. And yeah, you can buy those coins with real money and only
on that PS4.
Yeah. Of course, it doesn't cover everything. It doesn't help your wounded staff, and it doesn't give you back your nuclear weapons that are deployed. Yeah.
Why is it funny to me? I don't know.
Insurance. We're paying for insurance now for our online games. It's really weird.
That is really weird.
I mean, once again, I say if you don't want it, don't buy it.
Stop raiding my bases, guys.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want it, don't buy it. But at the same time, it's like, who is this for? This isn't thought out correctly. I don't know.
Someone's going to spend money on this.
You're like who?
Some dumbass.
Like who? Name them.
I don't know any names.
Name names.
I don't know anybody who plays this game other than you, but
name games.
Someone out there will be playing Far Cry 4. Then suddenly Banjo-Kazooie, and then there's Crash Bandicoot, and name of the game, Buck Bumble.
Very good. Doot doot. Shovel Knight is going to be released with physical copies on November 3rd. But one of those systems that was previously announced was the Xbox One.
Yeah.
That version has been canceled due to publishing policies that are beyond our control. According to Yacht Club Games, we'll keep fighting to get a retail version on the Xbox One, but as of now, the box version is in indefinite limbo. The digital version of Shovel Knight on Xbox One is already available, and of course, we'll continue to receive new updates and our full support. That's, I don't know, Microsoft probably has to raise an eyebrow right now and go, whoa, wait a minute, we don't want that. That's not good press. Do you think, well,
Bad
actually,
press.
You think we'll actually see a physical version of Shovel Knight on Xbox One?
Depends what the backlash is like
Yeah.
to them saying they're not doing it anymore.
Riots in the streets, people flipping over cars.
You think people will be pissed off about this?
I
Is there a
think
big enough base behind Shovel Knight now?
I think it raises a few questions about what exactly are in place with Microsoft's policies to discourage one of the most celebrated independent titles of this generation from being released on their system on disc. Yeah.
But you can still get the game online, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess I don't know.
It just makes you wonder what's going on. What are the restrictions? What are the policies? You know, because if something like Shovel Knight can end up on disc, even though they have apparently enough of a budget to release on all these other systems, what's going wrong? You know, I don't know.
They're just trying to move away from physical media, or what?
Doot, doot. You might feel that when Shovel Knight disappeared on the Xbox One, that you lost a sense of control. Well, Microsoft is gonna bring it back for you because soon all of the Xbox One controllers will be able to remap their buttons to your preferences. This is a feature that's been available since, I want to say, around February on the PlayStation 4. This is not for somebody that goes, I just want to press B button instead of A button. This is real cool. No, it's not like that.
Oh,
it's for people that have physical
hand problems.
Yeah, physical limitations, handicaps that want to be able they want to be able to play their games, and so they might not be able to hold a controller a certain way. So by moving it around, it makes it a lot easier for them.
They probably hated that N64 controller.
Oh my God, that controller was a mess.
Gotta turn that thing upside down and mash on the sticks.
Of course, this feature will be coming to the Xbox One Elite controller on October 27th. No word yet on when it will be arriving for all controllers. Toot toot! Destiny is on your PlayStation 4. There's probably a good chance, even if you didn't buy it.
I don't even have a PlayStation 4.
Well, as soon as you do, you might have Destiny, because Sony had a feature they announced when they announced the PlayStation 4 back in February of 2013. Here's what it is. The PS4 system has the ability to learn about your preferences. It will learn your likes and dislikes, allowing you to discover content pre-loaded and ready to go on your console in your favorite game genre or by your favorite creators. In other words, Destiny gets downloaded on your system, right?
Yes.
You didn't even trigger the download.
Nope.
You click on it and it's like, hey, you want to buy this? It's already here. Which,
So it's saying that it's going to figure out what you like based on your preferences, but then they just install Destiny?
Yeah, you like this.
You're going to like this.
You're going to like this. I think it's just rather strange. I mean, you can turn off the feature in your system preferences, but when they announced this, I remember a lot of people saying, whoa, what if you live somewhere where there's a data cap? You know?
Yeah.
What about that, huh?
But if you do buy it, it's pre-installed. You don't need to wait for it to download, or what? Is that
yeah, it's already
that's
there.
the reason?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Not on every system, but on certain systems. So, okay. Doot doot! Until Dawn. That was a game that I reviewed. It was okay. I
remember at the time it sounded like you were really into it. Did you beat it?
Yeah, the ending wasn't as cool. Like, everything about, like, the last couple of hours was like, ugh, why did you do this? Either way, the executive producer of the game, Pete Samuels, is discussing the possibility of a sequel.
Oh.
We do talk internally about Until Dawn 2, as it clearly can't be a sequel in the traditional sense, with the same characters facing the same threat, not least of which because in different stories, some or all of them are already dead. Until Dawn basically was a horror movie that you played as, and if you screwed up, the characters just died, and the story continued, and you'd have to deal with the ramifications. It was actually rather impressive. Very huge script, apparently. Thousands of pages long. Lots of different...
A lot of different roads you could take.
Yeah. No. You can't really change the road as much as you can change the outcome of the scenario.
I just meant the metaphor of a road. Like a choice.
Well, yeah, I didn't imagine that you drove a car around in the game. You don't get to drive in the game?
I didn't play the game.
Oh.
I don't have a car in the game. Do you?
No.
Yeah.
Doot doot! Okay, here we go. Capcom. Oh my goodness.
Big lead.
Masashika Kawada. He has been a producer in the Resident Evil series, and people have been asking him, are we ready for Resident Evil 7?
Nope.
Here's what he had to say. We're currently not at a state to talk about it, but please stay tuned. Ah, damn it.
Sounds like he works for the Umbrella Corporation.
Some people have even voiced concern that they're not even making this game, which he responded, Since there have been more spin-off titles, I can see how it can be perceived in such a way. And of course, I believe that we should produce titles that bring out the horror. I'm thinking about it, and I'm also preparing for it. Thanks for saying nothing, man. Thanks for saying absolutely nothing.
He's like, we're going to try really hard not to be racist this time.
Yeah, holy crap, Resident Evil 5. Oh my, that game is heinous. As to when asked about Devil May Cry or Dragon's Dogma, he said, there's also things I'd like to do personally, but there are no plans for now.
I want to go hang gliding. I want to go skydiving.
I've never even gone on a real picnic.
I've never went on a real date with my wife.
I just want to dance. Just want to dance.
Is that enough to ask for?
I just want to shake it a little bit.
Foxtrot?
Yeah.
Tango?
Is that the new one? I haven't left Capcom in months. Toot toot! Bethesda. They're going to be releasing Fallout 4 this fall. That's pretty exciting. But they're also working on Battle Cry. That's that kind of free-to-play shooter MOBA kind of thing. It's a multiplayer game.
Very generic title.
Yeah.
For a guy like me, I'm going to get them all mixed up.
Well, Bethesda is actually a little worried about the current state of the game. They released a statement saying, we have concerns about the Battle Cry game and whether it's meeting the objectives we have for it. We are evaluating what improvements the game needs to meet our quality standards. The studio remains busy during this process on multiple projects. They're not saying it, but it sounds like that game is either going to be shit or shovelware or gone.
Yep.
Like I
That's
can't.
what I'm reading.
Why the hell would they even say that? Oh, the game's not out yet. We're pretty worried about it. Who does that?
Maybe they're just like, I don't expect anybody to actually read this quote. Oh man, the PRESSURECAST is here to keep you guys honest.
You stay on track, Bethesda.
Oh, that's
I don't know who that guy
Colin's
is.
coming for you.
I'll be right there looking at you and
That's
going,
evil Colin.
that's not what I would release. Toot toot! Minecraft has a brand new cape and allows you to fly around.
What do I do with my old cape now?
Just, you don't gotta
The
wear
one
it
that
no
didn't
more.
let me fly.
No, they're not wearing it. Toot toot! Mafia 3. My God, when they announced Mafia 3, they're like, oh, it'll take place in New Orleans in 1968. And people were like, that's awesome. Wow. And our protagonist. Yeah, no, people were like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then they show their protagonist and is like, that's a black guy. Well, this is ridiculous. The game's about the Italian mafia. And people lost their damn minds. Seriously, I copied and pasted all the YouTube comments. You can actually go on my Twitter and read them. Insane things, folks.
What's more important to me is, are you going to be able to feed dead bodies to crocodiles?
Yes.
Great.
That's true. That's actually in the trailer.
I figured that would have to be in
The
there.
trailer looks so good, and people were just shitting all over it. Now, the gameplay doesn't look so hot, but it was the reaction to the trailer.
The Mafia games never have the best gameplay.
Nah, that's true. The creative director, Hayden Blackman, he had this to say.
That's ironic.
A little bit. At the end of the day, you're going to feel like this is a true Mafia experience and a true Mafia story. People are worried that we are just ignoring Mafia 2, and that couldn't be farther from the truth. From a narrative standpoint, we are absolutely committed to making sure a lot of your questions about Mafia 2 are answered in Mafia 3. There's sort of a nebulous ending, sort of a vague reference.
Open-ended?
Yeah, people expected a sequel to take place literally the second after that game, I guess. People are asking about the protagonist and what his role is.
Where's the protagonist?
Well, here's what he had to say. The police definitely reflect the times. This is 1968 in the Deep South. The cops are going to come down on you like a hammer. We're not trying to be sensational, but thought-provoking. But thought-provoking is something that art is. All art makes you think and stays with you. It can be thought-provoking in some way without being overly provocative. I think we've done our job. I would like to give him the benefit of the doubt, but he said thought-provoking a bunch of different times, which makes me think I'm really worried about this game. It's going to come out.
He didn't have a pre-written statement there. I think he was just kind of flying out the seat of his pants.
You know, art is thought-provoking.
You go right now. Go, Colin.
The thought-provoking art of the sensational Spider-Man.
We're not trying to make a sensational game. We're just trying to thought-provoke your thoughts, and we want your thoughts.
You know, games can do so many
There's a number
ways.
of things. Games you could do one way and thought provoke, or you don't want to be provocative though.
I mean, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. The game does look a little rough around the edges. I love the concept. It sounds amazing, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Speaking of concept,
Doot doot. Borderlands is a game. And
I like that game.
It's an okay game. But they also had Telltale's Borderlands, Tales from the Borderlands, which is sort of like their Walking Dead type game. It's an adventure game. Right now on the Xbox One, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, iTunes, and Google Play, you can download the first episode for free. I highly encourage, if you are listening to this, and if you aren't, I don't know how you're hearing me, to go and download it. That first episode's really good.
You think they're finally playing us at like a pizzeria somewhere or something?
Yeah, the pizza.
That's where they're hearing it. But they'd be listening there.
Yeah. They just turned off the accordion music.
This week on the PRESSURECAST.
They just turn up the accordion music. Doot doot. Sonic Lost Worlds was released on the Wii U 2 years ago, and critics agreed it was shit.
PU.
But that's not stopping Sega from releasing it on the PC on November 2nd on Steam for $30. This is part of, according to Sega Europe executive John Clark. God, British people have just a lot easier names.
John Clark.
Clark.
Is there an E at the end?
No.
Clarky?
He says, "We are delighted to bring Sonic Lost Worlds to PC. This is the latest in a string of high-quality PC ports of past Sega titles that we will be building on in the coming months and years." I can't help but be like, where's Shenmue?
Yeah, I know, man.
Quit dicking around, Sega.
This isn't just during the podcast. This is all day. He's
Sega!
like, where's Shenmue? Where's Shen? It's like he's missing a part of his heart.
I'm missing a part of my heart that can only be filled by you. Shenmue. There's so much fun to have when you play the game.
I like that. And he makes up sound. I like that they didn't refer to the quality of the game, just the port. It's going to be a great port.
Yeah. We have the most high-quality transfer of the Postman you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Doot doot. Evolve. Do you remember Evolve?
Yeah.
Remember? It came out this year.
I vaguely remember that.
The game that was so hyped up when all those E3 awards and was released this year. See, I barely remember it. I played that game. Well, it appears that there's going to be an Ultimate Edition that will include all DLC on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, November 3rd, priced at $60.
Nope.
Okay, guys. Doot, 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 doot. Before we
man.
close out the hype train, we have a brand new segment to the hype train.
Yeah.
We let you know what's coming out this week. Here's what we've got.
We refer to this segment as Games This Week.
Games This Week. That's not what it's going to be called, but okay, we'll do it this. We'll do it this one
Yeah,
time.
okay.
Games This Week. Okay. Hyperdrive Massacre is being released on the Xbox One, Linux, PC, and Mac. That will be released today, Monday. Tomorrow, Tuesday, is Wasteland 2 Director's Cut on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. It was already on PC, but the Director's Cut is the new addition there. It is the first time the series has been released on a console, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
Wasteland was, of course, later inspired Fallout. So, pretty important game. It was kickstarted, part 2 was.
Great stuff.
We have Goosebumps, the game,
Ah.
on the Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS3, PC. I believe it's on the 3DS as well.
I can't wait to play as R.L. Stine Jack Black playing R.L. Stine.
But there's literally, I copied the press release here. But these aren't ordinary monsters. They're R.L. Stine's famous Goosebumps monsters, released from their books and looking to wreak havoc.
This movie is basically In the Mouth of Madness with Sam Neill. Remember that one?
Listen to this. Only then can you confront Slappy and stop his plans for revenge.
Why does he want revenge? What did he do?
Slappy wants revenge.
Is that the which one is that? The talking thing? The dummy?
Oh, sure. Why not?
I
Whatever.
think that is a ventriloquist dummy, right? Slappy?
I can't believe we're getting a Goosebumps game in 2015.
I can't believe how long we've been talking about this.
Then we've also got Dragon Quest Heroes. Dragon Quest Heroes is being developed by Omega Force. They are the developers behind Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors. And they teamed up and made a game based around Dragon Quest. It looks really good. It really does. The graphics look superb.
Dragon Quest?
That's on the PlayStation 4. Over on the Vita, we've got Corpse Party Blood Drive Ever After Edition.
I'm excited about it.
The final installment in the Corpse Party series, and it'll be the very first one I play for the first hour, so check out the video there. All these games are getting videos for the most part, except for like Goosebumps and bullshit.
No, you should play the Goosebumps game.
I don't have any time. I already got 5 hours of videos I gotta make on Tuesday.
It's okay, then.
On the PlayStation 4 and PC, Grand Ages Medieval, a real-time strategy game on the PlayStation 4. Check out the first hour to see how that's gonna work out. Also on the PlayStation 4 is the Talos Principle, which I think is also on the Xbox One. It's a puzzle game that's in first person. Got a lot of positive reviews when it was released on the PC last year.
So it's like Myst-style puzzle game, or?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out this Tuesday on the first hour. On Thursday, we have Legend of Grimlock 2. That'll be released on the PC. Getting some pretty positive reception, just an RPG. On Friday, we have Warhammer 40,000 Deathwatch, which is being released on the iPhone and PC, which, that's a red flag. Anything that's on the iPhone and the PC, red flag right away. Also on Friday, we have Eternal Step on the PC.
Great title.
It's a 2D platformer. And lastly, we have Yoshi's Woolly World on the Wii U.
Finally.
Which probably won't be great. But you'll have a first hour of that on Friday. So
do you fight against things in that, or are you just kind of nice and cute the whole time?
You fight everything.
With yarn?
Yes.
Okay.
It's gonna do it for the hype train. We'll see you later. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
How's it going, Admiral?
Oh, not very well at all. You see, I have all my crunchy cereal, and I've also got other cereal that's shaped like fruit. And I don't get any sleep at night anymore because the sea is unpleasant and it rocks the ship when I'm trying to sleep. I was so tired that I accidentally put all the fruit in the bowl instead of the cereal. Uh-oh, all grapes.
I think you might want to check out Lisa.com.
Lisa.com. Let me take a look over here. Oh, Lisa.com over here. I can get a mattress, and I get 100-night risk-free trial. Oh my goodness, that means I could sleep on a mattress for 100 nights, and if I didn't like it, I could mail it back to them. What's this right here? All the shipping is free? Ooh, the Admiral likey. And they're actually going to build my bed to order. A wonderful mattress shipped directly to me, allowing me to sleep. No more old grapes. I'll make sure that there's the right amount of fruit and a right amount of little crunchy cereal, and then cereal won't get soggy because I'll finally be able to sleep on a mattress that has 3 foam layers. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
What are you sleeping on now, Admiral?
Wood. Sleeping on wood. Everything is wood. The ship is wood.
I wouldn't like that.
Lisa.com, thank you. Back to the show. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back. Okay, Justin, what do you say we talk about the games of the week?
All right.
Okay, games of the week. Here it comes. Games of the week.
All right.
What is that? What is that? What a Fool Believes? What is that? Who does that?
Doobie Brothers.
Doobie Brothers. Let's just do
for
the 100th episode.
Hard
It's
to
gonna be
sing.
all Doobie Brothers all the time.
Oh man.
When we're arguing, no, you're wrong, you stupid son of a bitch. I'm gonna listen to you.
You're not right about that.
Just singing over each other.
Feel the train go.
No, you stupid son. I'm not gonna listen to you anymore.
Get ready for the 100th episode of Extravaganza.
Yeah, it's gonna sound like shit because the studio's closed.
And we're gonna be doing shitty singing the whole time.
Yeah, we're gonna be in an echo chamber essentially. The studio's
Doing Doobie Brothers impersonation.
we can't even use the studio for the 100th episode, so prepare for that. It's gonna sound like shit.
Why don't we do it in the road?
Maybe we can make a video of the 100th episode. You got your laptop, right?
Yep.
I'll just record video. I'll just take the file.
That would be a special episode.
Yeah, we'll do a video version of the show. We used to do video versions all the time. All right, here we go. Games of the week. We got Rock Band 4, Transformers Devastation, Disgaea 5, Alliance of Vengeance,
Allegiance of Vengeance?
the Battlefront Beta, and Uncharted Nathan Drake Collection. Justin, what would you like to hear about? We're going to go through these all.
Let's go with Disgaea.
Disgaea 5, it is, of course, a turn-based role-playing strategy game, which is very anime-influenced. Gorgeous graphics, just lots of color, deep colors all over the place. Probably the most impressive-looking 2D art I've seen on the PlayStation 4. The storyline is pretty cool because you're essentially playing as the bad guys. You're going around and fighting all these people, which is really cool, and you have your own little pocket dimension that you hide away from whenever the law tries to catch up to you. Long story short, there's a guy who's mysterious. There's a girl who's doting, and the guy doesn't want anything to do with the girl, but the girl won't leave him alone. Pretty standard anime
Pretty
pair
standard
there.
Disgaea, actually, too.
It is. I really like the combat system because it involves stacking moves.
It's infinitely deep.
Yeah.
If it's anything like the first 4.
Everybody gets 2 moves that they can perform, And so, for instance, you can move and then select attack, but they won't attack right away. And then you could select somebody else to go right next to the same enemy and attack that enemy. But once again, they won't attack right away. And then when you say end turn, they team up and perform like this monstrous attack. So you're always kind of planning out you're actually planning out the attacks all at the same time.
And you can just throw people off stages still, right?
I believe so, yeah. It's a lot more appealing than your average turn-based strategy game, just because it's instantly gratifying, as opposed to just like having to wait for that animation to go where he slashes the sword and the guy goes, ow, and then he puts his sword up in the air and smiles, and then you have to pick the next guy to go over there and slash the sword, ow, and then
select attack.
So seeing all those attacks at once is just like awesome. You feel like you're really building towards something. If there is one concern, it's that a lot of people have expressed this. It's on the PlayStation 4, not the Vita. And a game like this, I don't know if this is the type of game I want to go home and play. This is the type of game I would like to just sit
play
on the
road,
couch.
yeah.
But either way, you can do it with remote play, but that's really cold comfort for people that don't own a Vita, or people that don't
buy a
own
Vita already, guys.
And a PlayStation 4 just to play this on a handheld. They've already said that they're not going to release it on the Vita. There's no plans, and it's not possible.
Well, I'm mad at you guys for that.
Yes. Okay, what game you want to hear about next, Justin?
Let's see. Uncharted, was that on there?
Yeah, so I played the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection, which is Blue Point Games, the best port house in the business, bar none. No one even comes close to them. They did the Metal Gear Solid port. They did, for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360.
Yes.
They did the port of Titanfall onto the Xbox 360. So it was on Xbox One. They brought it back down. Incredible performance on that port. Just blew me away. They also did the Eco and Shadow Colossus collection on PlayStation 3. They are the masterclass of porting, and that's no exception here. This is Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 from the PlayStation 3, now available on the PlayStation 4 without the multiplayer, which is a bit disappointing, even though you do get a multiplayer beta for Uncharted 4 whenever that happens.
Yeah.
You'll have access to it. The thing about it is that Uncharted 1 really hasn't aged all that well.
Yeah.
And even though it looks really good for the collection, it's 60 frames a second now, 1080p on all three games. It's clunky. They didn't get the rhythm right. It's like, well, this part has too much shooting, or this part's just too much climbing. Whereas the rest of the games, I feel, knew the perfect balance of having you climb up this wall, kind of like a miniature puzzle. And once you got to the top, you'd have to fight a guy with a giant Gatling gun. Like, it knew how to balance it all out.
A lot more cinematic as the series goes on.
Yeah, well, you never played Part 3, right?
I played the beginning. I didn't play the whole thing, but
Part 3 is my favorite.
That's with all the Yetis, right?
No, that's Part 2.
Oh, okay. No, I don't think I did play 3 then.
All right. Speak up, I can't hear you.
I should probably play 3.
Okay. Part 3 is my favorite. It's probably the most dramatic one there. My only issue with the port job is, while everything looks really good, and you really can't go back after seeing 60 frames a second, this is one of those games that does improve with a higher frame rate. Uncharted 3's lighting, it's really beautiful. Some of the shadows, though, look a little geometrical. They have a lot of flicker to them. They look rather squarish. You get that half shade effect where you can actually see the little circles in the shadow. It's like, oh, this doesn't look right. And that doesn't really affect any of the other games. Then again, Uncharted 3 was really designed around the lighting engine. That was what they were showing off. So, I don't know. If you've never played those games before, you'd be a big old dum-dum not to buy it on the PlayStation 4.
Okay, I'll get it already.
Also, they removed the motion controls from the original game.
Thank
Drake's
God.
Fortune. Seriously, it was rough. But, I mean, it's really one of your only exclusives on Sony this fall, and if you really care about exclusives, if you really want to see what the part of the PlayStation 4 is, you should check that out, even though these are old games.
Are there any other exclusives on Sony this fall?
Maybe. I don't. I can't. I try and think about it. I really can't recall anything else. Then again, you've already got things like Bloodborne out there, and Until Dawn.
Okay. What are the other upcoming titles for the week? I forgot. Those are the only two I remember.
I mean, it's all like it's a bunch of like smaller titles. Talos Principle, medieval game, whatever that was. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting for the week after. It's going to get a lot more interesting during November. It's a lot smaller titles right now. What do you want to hear about next, Justin?
That was what I was asking. I can't remember the other ones.
Battlefront, Transformers, Rock Band.
Rock Band.
Rock Band 4, now on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I played it on the Xbox One because that's where most of my DLC is. What's interesting about Rock Band 4 is that they've added this new freestyle guitar solo mode. And the way that works is you still have only the 5 buttons up top and 5 buttons at the very bottom of the plastic guitar controller. It looks identical to the Rock Band controller. And during a guitar solo, it'll have either a blue or orange line. And as long as you match the rhythm, so it plays in 4/18ths and 16ths. Like even in the Even in the tutorial, they do stuff like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4. They even say that to you while you're playing. So it's obviously just 16ths. So you can just play whatever you want, whatever notes you want, and it essentially just tries to match it. It's like, I don't know, pick one of these 5 and just do it. It never sounds great. It just kind of reminds me of those little plastic guitars they sell at like Walgreens where you hit the button and it's like you hit the bottom key.
Oh, like that saxoboom?
Yeah, it just gets higher and higher and faster and faster. The rest of the game is basically just Rock Band. You can import your old DLC, but it's a real chore to. You actually have to go through the store, find the songs that you own, which good luck if you have way too many songs if you can actually remember that, and download it. And it won't say that you own it. You can't just search which songs do I own. And even if you look on the list, it'll say like Roy Orbison in Dreams, which is a game that...
Which is one of your favorite songs in that game. I love that song.
And the zombies tell her no and stuff like that, which is things I bought off of Rock Band 2. But even there, it'll say $199. Then you click on it. Then it says you already own it. Then you download it.
So even for the hardest working man in video games, it's...
Yeah, it's a real chore for me. But if you're just going to play it, you don't have the DLC, you just have the original Rock Band, let me tell you, they've got a brand new set list, and it is truly underwhelming. And that is so sad to say. I don't really like playing any of these songs.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to play whatever they are. I think it was Fall Out Boy. I don't even know who it was. It's just generic, awful butt rock. And then there's a few really good songs, like probably my favorite song is I Am the Warrior.
Pat Benatar?
Yeah. No, it's not Pat Benatar. Whoever it is, it's great.
Oh, okay.
You know?
I know that one, yeah.
Shooting Back Against the Walls of Heartbreak, I Am the Warrior. Great song. Little Miss Can't Be Wrong.
Oh, and Spin Doctor style?
Do you realize how good the guitar is in that song?
They always had great guitar.
It's insane. I had no idea until I played it.
Two Princes has some great guitar in there. Let's talk about Spin Doctors.
Which one is Two Princes?
Two Princes here before you.
That was the song I was really hoping was going to be on there. But Little Miss Can't Be Wrong is still pretty good. I don't know. In general, the set list is pretty underwhelming. I mean, obviously, You Make Love Fun by Fleetwood Mac is probably the best song ever, so that's awesome.
Just best song in general.
Just best song. 10 out of 10.
Shepherd Express.
I mean, they put in Cake's Short Skirt, Long Jacket.
Why is it always that song with them?
Yeah, that's not even that. That's hardly.
They have so many better songs.
I would not even put that in their top 30.
No, me either.
They have so many good songs. Like if they put seat belts and
safety belt buckets. What is it?
Bucket seats and safety belts, whatever.
Something like that.
Like any of those songs.
Stick shifts and safety belts.
So it feels like they're kind of straddling the line here where it's like, no, these are more songs that people know. They're not fun to play, which is kind of what always Guitar Hero's issue was, where they're like, well, it needs to be a popular song.
But you're going to play that song a billion times, so before long you know it really well anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just really disappointed that it's not a great set list, and DLC can't fix that. It fixes it for sure, but I mean, it can't fix the fact that what you're getting when you buy this game is just underwhelming. I don't know. Was not a huge fan of that set list. But hey, Fleetwood Mac, awesome to play. I've only played the guitar so far. It's okay.
They got the harmonica on there yet?
No harmonica.
Okay.
Let's move over to the Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront beta.
Battlefront,
yes. So far, the only mode that you can play is the pod rescue mode and also this Hoth battle mode. So you fight an AT-A, or whatever they're called.
AT-AT.
You have to fight AT-ATs in Hoth and bring them down, basically knocking out their shields and shooting them a bunch, or stopping the guys from knocking out the shields and shooting them a bunch. Or you have to run around in a small map and, pick up pods and then wait there so that no one can switch off your pod capture and then capture the pod.
I remember when I used to be excited about Hoth, maybe Rogue Squadron for N64.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, Hoth.
Or on the Atari 2600. That game was legit.
Oh, yeah.
So good. We're not even old enough to have been around then, but we've all played that game. I don't know. For me, Star Wars Battlefront seems okay. It seems very pick up and play. Its intended audience is not the gamers. It's
no, not gamers.
It's just people that kind of own a system and are going to see Star Wars and go, "Oh man, I want to play this game." And it looks very pretty, jaw-dropping, even though it's at 900p. But the base gameplay is kind of dull. It's a different kind of first-person shooter, so obviously you don't have to reload your gun, but you can overheat your gun. And they have a Gears of War reload system if you overheat it, so there's that one area that if you hit the button,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
The line goes across, and if you hit it in the highlighted section, you reload instantly. There's a bunch of different blasters. Some are faster. Some have a better range.
Nice rap.
Yeah.
The blaster is faster.
Oh, okay. And also you can unlock like sniper rifles and grenades. I don't know.
Fantastic.
It feels like classic EA to me, which is, and I feel give EA a lot of shit for their business practices, which frankly I don't understand why people are so pissed off about that. Unless you're actually an employee of EA that got fired, I really don't think you should care too much.
Well, I don't care, but maybe Steve Cuff would.
Maybe Steve Cuff would. It's a classic EA game, kind of like Facebreaker, which is the penultimate example, probably only bested by the earlier Battlefront games, which is, you play it for about 40 minutes, and you're like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But then you realize that that's all it is what you've been playing. There's no depth. There's not that moment where you realize, oh my God, I could play so much better if I did it like this.
Well, I know some people who never got sick of like the Grand Theft Auto just running around and killing people.
Yeah.
Like not doing any of the missions or anything, just...
But that's so dynamic and so interesting. There's different ways you can escape those police, whereas this game, it just feels like, I don't know, I'm running around shooting people or I'm getting shot, and I'm not someone that dislikes the EA first-person shooter series. I think Battlefield Hardline was just criminally underrated.
Tremendous game.
Very good. Very fun. But let's move on, because we'll have to find out how the game is when it's released, to the last game of the week. You're going to see my review on Tuesday, Transformers Devastation, made by Platinum Games, published by Activision. If you have not played Bayonetta and you don't own a Wii U and you want a taste of what Bayonetta's about, you might want to pick up this game. You might be saying, holy crap, this must be one hell of a game, because for me, Bayonetta 2 was my favorite game of last year. But let's stop the comparisons there, because I'm trying to be objective about this.
You are a journalist.
I'm a journalist.
This week on This American Life.
This week. So here's the thing. It's fun. It's a hack and slash game. It's very true to the 1980s Transformers cartoon.
That appeals to me.
Absolutely. They even got the voice cast back. It's nothing but fan service, and that's very impressive. Basically, you'll fight other robots, and you'll get them into hack and slash combos, and then you can tap R1 and turn into your vehicle and slam into them, or jump up in the air and turn into the vehicle and crush them.
They got Megatron where you can turn into a giant gun.
You don't play as Megatron. You fight him.
I always wanted to turn into that tank or the gun.
He turns into the tank all the time when you're fighting him and spins around. You have to watch out for him.
You gotta watch out for him.
I like playing as Bumblebee. He was really fun, and Sideswipe was pretty cool. There's a bunch of different weapons you can get. Different axes, guns, electric swords that all have different abilities. Fire swords. What's interesting is you can actually take those weapons and combine them and make a brand new weapon. So even the weapons level up. You can buy new items, buy new abilities. You can actually build perks that you can put onto individual Transformers. The problem is that it just kind of gets boring. Like the game's only 5 hours long, and the mechanics are kind of boring. I don't know. There's only so many times you can slash, turn into a car, slash, turn into a car, slash, take out your gun and shoot, slash, get into,
I understand.
It doesn't, I don't know.
How many characters are there?
I had at least 5 different Transformers.
Oh.
Even that dinosaur is in there, where the stupid
from
T-Rex.
Beast Wars?
I don't know. He was actually in the 80s cartoon. He's the stupid T-Rex. You can tap circle and make him run. He's like, "Rawr."
Oh.
So you have to turn to your car or your vehicle and drive around some sections. And you have to backtrack through a lot of the same environments, the same city landscape over and over and over again. There's a few interesting points where it turns into like a side-scrolling shooter when you're driving around on the freeway and dodging bombs and having to take out, some flying robot. I don't know. I think if you're a fan of the 1980s cartoon and you just want to play an okay game, then this is the way to go. It's okay.
Do they have that Orson Welles character in there?
Unicron? No.
Oh, no Unicron?
I am clearly dying in a recording booth in the 1980s.
I'm at the very beginning, and that's about it.
Did you ever hear about the interviews that he gave for that movie?
No.
Where they're like,
oh, yeah.
So, what do you play exactly? I'm a toy that eats other toys. That's what he said. Do you actually like Transformers?
Yeah, I like the show, but I appreciate it for what it is, like campy, kitschy, crappy.
Is that really what? Because for me, I never was really into Transformers. I was more into G.I. Joe. Like, G.I. Joe's the shit.
No, I was a Transformers guy. I feel like you did kind of have to pick one back then, right?
I don't understand how you made the wrong choice. But,
Well, which one is? Well, I guess G.I. Joe's kind of still around, right?
Like
But
what?
Transformers a little
Transformers
stronger.
versus Voltron. Go.
Voltron.
That smart man.
Yeah.
There we go. Because I can't choose between Voltron and G.I. Joe. They're too good. Especially when
Well, I liked He-Man a lot too.
He-Man's really boring. Have you ever tried to sit through that?
Yeah, I have. It's pretty bad, and it's very homoerotic.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you say that.
A lot of canned footage over and
Is that
over.
a criticism?
Going back, yeah, I think it is. When I
Really?
watch it now, yeah.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
it's just kind of weird. I don't know. They waste a lot of time on that show. There's not a lot of plot sometimes. It'll just be a couple guys wrestling for a while, or like they have a long transformation sequences where I'm like, yeah, I saw this last week. I don't need to see this stupid 3 minutes of. There's my sword. I'm the master of the universe.
That's why I did not like Power Rangers back in the day. I was like, why does anyone get into this? It's so boring. It just.
Well, I like Bulk and Skull.
We can't beat the thing. Just use the sword already. We can't beat him. What are we gonna do? Just use the sword.
Or they'd have to turn into the giant thing.
They did, and then they couldn't because that was just it. They're like, we can't beat him as tigers. Let's turn into the robot. We can't beat him as robot. Let's use the sword. We did it.
Or like the sequel, we can't beat him as ninjas. Let's turn into a giant ninja.
Ah, Jesus.
We can't beat him as dinosaurs. Let's turn into a big one.
I never understood it. Never understood it.
It's coming back, by the way.
It's coming back. It never went away. It's
Well, there's a new movie coming out.
in Japan. It never stopped.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I guess Power Rangers has still been around. They film a lot of that in New Zealand.
Was that right?
Yeah, the Dino Force. It's one of the new ones. Why do I know this? I don't know.
You hear that they're filming the dinosaurs. I can't even do a New Zealand accent.
Dino Force. It sounds like dinosaurs.
You hear they're filming the dinosaurs over here? Yeah.
That's definitely not a New Zealand
What do you mean?
accent.
That's a New Zealand accent.
The only thing I remember from New Zealand accents is that they say, oh, man, I'm not even able to think of it. Never mind.
Yeah.
There's one word that they pronounce completely wrong all the time.
Bukit.
Vukit?
I don't know.
Fukit.
Either way, let's get out of here. Show's
All right.
over. All right. Let's turn off the lights. There we go. So, you hungry or something? You want to get something to eat here?
What do we have around here? Is Carlsbad here somewhere?
I don't think there's a good Carl's anywhere.
Okay. What about like a chicken bucket? You want to? Oh, you don't eat that.
No. Hey, let's just cross through here for a second.
Ooh, biscuits.
Let's just go right through the Chart Park, the land where money grows on trees. Yes, the Chart Park. This is the part of the show where we find out which fat cats of Wall Street will tip their top hats towards Lady Luck as we look into all the business, financial, and legal news in the video game industry. Kicking it off with SAG-AFTRA. That, of course, stands for the Screen Actors Guild, American Federation of Television and Radio Artists.
Big story.
Radio and television. TV on the radio, if you will. Video games are actually included in there. And as we discussed over the past few weeks, the voice actors that are part of SAG-AFTRA have actually voted to go on strike. They're not doing it anymore.
They're striking back.
However, this this vote only means that now SAG-AFTRA has the right to go on strike.
It's an empty threat. Cold War.
I think they're probably going to go on strike for a second. And then we're going to have to hear a bunch of Joe Schmoes doing voice acting over video games. It's going to be embarrassing. It's going to be awkward.
Go get 'em, Optimus.
All right, here I go. Look out. Ah, got you.
Let me use my sword attack.
I'm going to punch you. Yes.
Pepperage.
Yes. Oh, let's move over to GameStop. They are going to be the exclusive proprietor of Steam hardware this fall. According to Gabe Newell, GameStop, Game, UK, and EB Games are leading retail destination for core gamers and early adopters. Creating a store within a store across North America and the UK is a significant win for getting the first generation of Steam hardware products into gamers' hands. This, of course, includes the Steam Link, which allows you to stream out your games to another television, the Steam Controller, Steam Machines, and a bunch of other stuff. It's kind of stupid that they're doing this.
Yeah.
Why would you ever do this?
Well, I got some leaking in my basement. There's some water damage. Maybe I could use that steam machine to...
Here's what I'm trying to say. You go to GameStop, you buy the Steam Machine, you go home, and you download the games. Why would they ever encourage that?
Because they're selling hardware, I guess.
Yeah, but they don't make money off the hardware. They make money off the used stuff.
Oh. Man, must be some sort of partnership, huh?
It's a dumb partnership. I mean, I don't know. Gaby New must be like just throwing money at him left and right. I can't really rationalize how that's possible. Let's move over to Nintendo. They're not having a great week. Interbrand has put out a list for the best global brands. They've been doing this about 14 years, and every year Nintendo is somewhere on the top 100 list.
Oh, they didn't even make the top 100 this year?
They did not make the top 100 this year.
That's a lot.
Well, I mean, their CEO died.
I wouldn't kick him off the list for that.
Well, he kind of is the person that embedded confidence into the consumer. And, now we got this weird business guy that we know nothing about, and we haven't really seen the results. So that might be it. Also, the Wii U has been selling about as well as it ever has, which is not good. Not doing a great job there. Not having a good time over there at Nintendo. Nintendo could be doing a little bit better if you ask me.
Where were they last year on the list?
They were number 101. No, it's kidding. I don't know. They were on the list somewhere. Sony and Microsoft were on the list with some pretty good spots.
I want to know more about this.
Microsoft was 4th. Sony was 58th.
Okay.
So there you go. Valve has hired Brad Muir. You might be saying Brad Muir. I kind of know that
I've never
name.
heard that name before in my life.
You don't pay attention to BMX?
Dave Mira.
I know, I just So this guy, Brad Muir, has been with Double Fine, Tim Schafer's studio, for over 12 years, where he was the project lead for Iron Brigade and Massive Chalice. Iron Brigade used to be known as Trenched. He also helped work on Psychonauts, Brutal Legend, and a bunch of other games. So after 12 years, he's left. Tim Schafer has referred to it as the end of an era. But as one person leaves the studio, a new studio is built. That's right, William Pug. William Pug.
Is it Puig?
Well, he worked on the Stanley Parable. He started a brand new studio called Crows.
With his friend Miles?
Yeah, the most hipster douchebag sounding studio. No offense to him. I'm just saying
plenty of offense to him.
Well, I'm just saying your studio name sucks. Crows.
Yeah, what are we gonna go to see
You gotta go to the Crows show tonight. Hold on. I've got my black frame glasses and I can't stop scratching my chin with my facial.
I'm gonna bring Alistair with me tonight.
Oh, how is
Addison's coming with.
I thought Alistair was going to Mexico, to go and see that art exhibit.
Soul Quest.
Yeah, Hey, has anyone seen Cadence lately? I loaned her my LP, A Block Party, and she didn't get back to me yet.
Is that the first one?
Oh, it has to be.
The first one was better.
The only good album. I don't know what happened to them. They just don't put out good music anymore.
Maybe they lost touch.
Yeah. But, I'm really excited to see Crows. Like, I know a lot of people don't like their live shows because they get pretty loud, but,
They sound a lot like their albums.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's why I don't want to go there and have them play something that's not. That's why I want to go there. I want to see them play what I heard in the album. Oh, hi, Cadence. Anyway, sorry, but that's just it's hipster bullshit.
Crows, yeah.
Crows. Oh my God. Where you gonna have a highly choreographed music video with you jumping around on trampolines or something? Like, God.
Or made out of Legos or something.
Yeah. Oh, the cover of the album is like a woman just like with lipstick all over her face, like wrapped in toilet paper on a white background with overexposed lighting.
What would the name of the album be?
I don't even know.
The
name of
Over the Moon.
The name of the album is Crows.
There we go. The Monochrome album.
Yeah.
From the Crows.
Oh my God, that's so stupid. Here's what he said. William Pug. I'd like to announce a new place that makes stuff. Sometimes polished, but sometimes the edge is rough. We're going to be announcing our first game soon. So God have a bit of patience, you big bag boon. So
Big Bag Boon?
Shut the fuck up. Big Bag. I'm gonna go see the new Big Bag Boon concert.
The Mighty Boon is back.
Our studio's got Jack, who made Castles in the Sky, Dominic Johan, who's better at art than I, Sean O'Dord, who with Andrew Roper 2, don't forget me, William Kuhn. Also,
did he rhyme really?
Yeah, he did this. Also, Grant Kirkhope, of course, did music for Rare for many, many years, and promises that their debut game is going to be quite immersive. So good luck to Crows. Don't forget to get the tall PBRs out there and your American Spirits. Have a good time there.
Take those lenses out of your glasses, guys.
Yeah, you're going to get some eye damage when you go do that. I'm sure they're gonna have just a digital projector like playing Labyrinth on the wall 24/7.
Oh, and maybe they'll hand out those viewfinders to the audience.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Gross. The most douchebag studio name I've ever heard.
Yeah, we don't use microphones. We're just really loud.
Yeah. We don't use microphones. We're just really loud. That's just, oh my god.
That's a song.
Looking forward to your first game. Let's go to Konami. They have registered Big Boss Pachinko. That's right. There's probably going to be a Metal Gear Solid Big Boss Pachinko. Oh my god, you should have seen the internet. They're just destroying the Metal Gear Solid legacy.
You know, we're never going to see that over here, by the way.
No.
Never.
By the way, it's a company that makes things, and if a thing will make money, they will make it.
And if you guys didn't realize, they've been doing pachinko parlors for years.
I know. It's kind of like, oh, you seen that guy that goes to Subway sandwiches every day and eats a sandwich? Oh my god, here he comes. Oh, he's going into Subway. What an asshole. You're like, well,
what are you doing, man?
That's what he does. That's what Konami does. And like, how could you be mad at them? You know, it's kind of like that scene in Training Day where it's like, you know, the tiger or whatever. It's like, you knew what I was when you met me. You know, with the scorpion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's move over to League of Legends. They have the World Championships coming up, and they have quite the partner now with...
Ooh.
Well, wait, this already kind of...
Dropped?
This kind of already happened a little bit. However,
I haven't heard.
It was on BBC Three. So, on public television.
It's a comedy network.
According to Damien Kavanaugh... Sorry. Kavanaugh.
Yeah, I guess.
We jumped at the chance to collaborate with BBC Sport and bring the massive UK event to a wider audience. BBC Three will always experiment with new ways to deliver... Oh, I'm sorry, it's British. With new ways to deliver...
Good one.
Deliver content that young people want. In many ways, they want it. I think this is an exciting way to cover something that millions of young Brits love in a BBC Three way.
He sounds very square to me.
Hip to be square, though.
Young people?
Oh, you're from America. You listen to Crows. I'm not going to let this go. It's ridiculous.
How about a new segment, Hipsters of the Week?
Yeah, seriously. You know, every week it's going to be Crows. Windows 10 has 10 million. 10 million.
Wow.
110 million installs. That's 110 million installs after its first 10 weeks of being released. Also announced, there will be a HoloLens development kit available for $3,000. That's right. Starting in the first quarter of 2016, developers can pick up a HoloLens development kit. This is, of course, the augmented reality tool that allows digital information to be displayed in the real world. The example we saw at E3 was somebody actually building and designing their Minecraft castle on a coffee table. It looks bonkers. So if you got $3,000, maybe you could check it out ahead of time.
If you like Minecraft.
Let's get over to the cursed land of England once again for the top 10 games selling in England. This is on the Uki Game Charts, and it has been honored by the Queen Elizabeth II.
Wow.
Here we go. Number 10 is Mad Max. Number 9 is Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 8 is Skylanders Superchargers. Number 7 is Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. Number 6 is Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. Number 5 is Forza Motorsport 6. Number 4 is Destiny The Taken King. Number 3 is NBA 2K16. Number 2 is Lego Dimensions. And number 1 is FIFA 16 because they like the football.
Hey, NBA is pretty popular over there.
Where is Winning 11 or Pro Evolution?
I'm kind of surprised by that list, to be honest with you.
Pro Evolution's already off the list. That's crazy.
Mad Max is still hanging in there. It's kind of interesting.
Well, that means that Pro Evolution's selling like shit.
Yeah.
Selling shit over there. Shit.
Come on, guys.
Now let's go to the cursed land of trains, known as Japan, for the top 10 best-selling Japanese games. Number 10 is Splatoon. Number 9 is Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Number 8 is Super Mario Maker. Number 7 is Picross 3D2. Number 6 is Yokai Watchbusters Red Cat Team White Dog Squad!
Yeah!
Can't wait for that game to come out, even though it's going to be one title instead of two, which makes me sad.
Then I can't be on the White Dog Squad?
I don't know. I guess we're all going to be part of the White Dog Squad. Number 5 is Yoro no Naikuni on the PlayStation Vita.
Can't wait for that one to come out.
Number 4 is Yoro no Naikuni on the PlayStation 4
Can't wait
this
for
time.
that one to come out.
Number 3 is Pro Evolution Soccer 2016 on the PlayStation 4. Number 2 is Pro Evolution Soccer 2016 on the PlayStation 3.
Can't wait for that one.
And number 1 on the PlayStation Vita is Tokyo Xanadu. Which Xanadu is a very funny movie here in America.
Olivia Newton-John musical, right?
Yeah, with rollerblades and stuff. It's one of the worst
Starlight
movies.
Express.
It's horrible. Let's look at the best-selling consoles over in Japan. Starting it off with PlayStation 4 with 46,177, new 3DS LL with 18,136, PlayStation Vita with 15,237, Wii U with 12,843, new 3DS with 4,367, PlayStation 3 with 2,088, 3DS with 1,160, PlayStation Vita TV with 761, 3DS LL with 587, and in last place is the Xbox One with 203 units.
3DS.
That's gonna do it for the Chart Park. The land where money grows on trees.
We always leave so soon.
Big money, big prizes.
Can we bring one of these trees with us this time, Colin?
No, man, I already got some trees, if you know what I mean.
Oh, no, you don't.
Yes, I do. Come here, look.
Oh. What's growing on this?
Hey, why do you say we just stop the podcast for a bit and we got something to do.
We'll come right back.
Yeah, we'll be back right after this. Stay tuned. All right, it's been a great day, and I've got a Lisa mattress to go home to. Boy, I can't wait to get to sleep. Let me just put the keys in the door and
Oh, hey.
Hey, Justin, that's weird that you're in my home.
Yeah, I just got a new mattress.
Why do you have a new mattress in my home? Hey, where's my mattress?
No, this is mine. I don't know where yours... hold on, let's look around here a little bit.
Justin, what do you do? You don't need to take my mattress. There's mattresses for everybody at Lisa.com. If you go to Lisa.com right now, you'll get free shipping on all of your orders. In fact, they're going to build that mattress directly to your order and ship it in 3 to 5 business days. And if you don't like it, don't worry, send it back. They've got a 100-night risk-free trial. You don't need to break into my house and steal my mattress.
I don't want to have to lease a mattress, though.
You don't lease the mattress. The website's Lisa.com. That's Leesa.com. So that's like the dot and C-O-M. I've already told you about this. It's a beautifully crafted and designed with the feel that meets the needs of all sleepers. And really, it's not just about sleeping and then, waking up and want to sleep some more. This is the type of sleep that's going to make you wake up and go, yeah, world, I'm ready to get out there.
You said all sleepers.
All sleepers.
Yeah, so what's wrong with this? I
feel
like it's a beautiful thing.
That's my mattress, though. You can't have it. Just go to Lisa.com, and you'll get it in 3 to 5 business days, and it'll be built directly for you.
Okay.
Lisa.com. Back to the show. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Okay, I was talking to the audience, but welcome back, Justin, to the show.
Thank you.
Okay.
Welcome back, Colin, to the show.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Someone was your ticket out. Welcome back to the same old thing that you left around. And the names that have changed since you left around. And
This is the worst thing we've ever done.
Welcome back, Cotter theme.
Yeah.
I don't remember the words.
Yeah, it's a good song. Ooh, I want to tell.
I will take you.
God, I can listen to that song all day. Didn't the guy who wrote that song, didn't he die recently?
Yep.
Okay. It's time for big talk in a small world. That's right. It's time for Pocket Talk. Pocket Talk. Pocket Talk. Pocket Talk. We're here to talk about mobile devices and wearable technologies and all sorts of stuff. Today we're going to talk about the $250 Microsoft Band that will be released on October 30th. This wearable technology will allow you to keep track of yourself with GPS, notice how many calories that you're burning, give you some notifications, keep track of your sleep, and even help you with your golf swing for $250. Justin, why in the hell does anyone even want this?
I could see this getting banned pretty quickly.
That's going to do it for Pocket Talk. Pocket Talk, Pocket Talk,
Wait,
Pocket Talk.
Colin, what if it tells you you're not sleeping? You finally can get some sleep.
I don't need that. I already got a nice mattress. Stupid question. For a stupid world.
From Microsoft.
But not as dumb as the idiot of the week.
A gay pile?
Well, I can't believe I can't believe. You know what? She is the idiot of the week. But let's just include this. I can't. Why would you ever say that?
We'll let you know about her exploits next week again. Too.
Oh my! She's always at this McDonald's harassing people. It's insane. I can't turn her away. I can't.
Just clean the McDonald's, lady.
I mean,
Leave us alone.
No, nothing wrong with talking to a customer, having a pleasant chat, but being like, "Hey, I can't help but notice that you're wearing Packer stuff. You know what? I got some homophobic thoughts on this sport here. Like, just literally just using, vague hate speech towards whatever."
Shaking my head over here.
No, this idiot of the week is someone that I actually really like. Yeezus himself,
Me? Oh.
Kanye West. I love Kanye West. I might not like his new stuff as much as I like his old stuff. Seriously, go listen to College Dropout. So good.
Late Registration's pretty good, too.
Well,
but College Dropout's better.
Yeah, Celebrity Overnight.
From back then.
So
yeah, Overnight
good.
Celebrity.
Whenever he's working with Twista.
Twista,
really
my boy.
Amazing. However, Kanye does not understand how in-app purchases work.
He's very inept about this.
He took to Twitter and, he actually has a pretty reasonable argument. Here's what he said. Fuck any game company that puts in-app purchases on kids' games. That makes no sense. We give the iPad to our child, and every 5 minutes there's a new purchase. By the way, he always uses 3 exclamation points.
Oh, it's a new thing.
If a game is made for a 2-year-old, just allow them to have fun and give the parents a break for Christ's sake. Why do you say for Christ's sake? What about Jesus' sake?
I think he believes in Jesus again. You think he's off of the...
I don't know. I know. Of course he does, because he had Jesus Walks.
Yeah, but that was way back when.
What, did you say that he stopped believing in Jesus? When did that happen?
When he killed his mom with that plastic surgery.
He did not kill his mom. I thought you said
he paid for a lot of plastic surgery, and she died during it.
I thought she said the government.
Or his grandma.
Yeah, I thought you said the government killed his mom.
The government killed his mom, yeah, but the government.
No way! What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, I believe everything he says. That's why I don't feel like he's an idiot this week.
No, he is the idiot because here's the thing, Kanye. Look, you are a musical genius. I'm not even disputing that. I know some people are like, he's so full of himself. Like, you need rock stars to actually be like, I'm the best in the world. That's the type of rock star you want.
I want more Mick Jagger, less Mick Fleetwood.
Do you want Mick Jagger to get up there back in like 1969 and be like, oh, we're not that great? That's not cool. You want him to be like, we're the best damn rock band in the world.
You want him to be like, fuck the Beatles.
Yeah, fuck those Beatles.
I can do this shit in my sleep.
Yeah, the Beatles. Have fun on Abbey Road, idiots.
Face.
Dicks. Stupid dicks. Well, that was Mick Jagger in a segment that will never air on television.
On the Dick Cavett Show.
The Dick Cavett Show?
Oh, that's right.
The Dick Cavett. Kanye, there's these things called passwords, and you can actually lock out in-app purchases. Or why don't you play the game for 2 seconds and figure out if there are in-app purchases? Come on, man. I know you're busy, but if you're going to hand over the iPad to the 2-year-old, by the way, you're a multi-millionaire, probably, one of the most wealthy musicians on the planet. Don't worry if they buy a 99-cent app. Come on.
It's him and Elton John.
I'm just saying. And also, Kanye, get your kid a 3DS.
Yeah.
That's the real solution.
3D, yes.
There you go. Kanye, why are you going on there? And don't get me wrong, I don't like that mobile games do this. But come on, man. You know better. How can you understand so much about it? And you're even working on a mobile game yourself. He even said he was working on a mobile game about his mom going to heaven. I'm not making that up.
Oh, no.
Hey, it sounds pretty interesting. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Smart guy.
What's his daughter's name? Like,
East. Or no, what is it?
Princess?
Northwest?
North?
No, it is.
Really?
Yeah. You laugh, but that's true.
I knew it was going to be something silly.
Kanye, I love you, man. I love your music. But for the love of God, figure out what you're doing when you're handing over a hundreds upon hundreds, if not thousands of dollars piece of technology over to a 2-year-old. Not even quite a toddler yet.
You got a $1,000 iPad somewhere?
You can do that.
All right.
Yeah. So for that, Kanye, I'm sorry, buddy. You are the idiot of the week.
Yeah, try to respond to that, Kanye. See what happens.
Yeah. I love... Seriously.
Colin's ready for you.
I'm not going to get... No, I don't want to get on a fight with Kanye. I don't know.
We have a beef going on with Kanye West.
Sometimes the idiot of the week is not as serious as other times of the idiot of the week. So that's a little goofy one, but come on.
Goofy movie.
Very goofy movie starring Kanye West. That'd be amazing. They should totally remake a goofy movie and replace that Michael Jackson character
with Kanye.
With Kanye, replace it with somebody.
Oh, I had an old guy tell me I look like Pauly Shore again yesterday.
You don't look like Pauly Shore.
It was like the 8th time it's happened.
God, I get told what I look like a lot, and none of it's even close.
You look like Tom Berenger.
I don't even want to tell you who I look like, because people say I look like...
You like the people use their imaginations here on the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do I look?
Email us, pressurecast@gmail.com. What do we look like?
Email us sketches of how you picture us
There you go.
for next week's show.
And we'll describe the pictures, and then we'll ask people to send in emails about what they think the pictures look like.
You write written descriptions of how you think big nose, normal size eyes.
Yeah, that's basically me.
Yeah.
All right. Let's look back at the week that was in This Week in History. 10 years ago, The Warriors was released on the PlayStation 2 and Xbox. One of the best beat-em-ups of the past 20 years. Crazy good.
Strongest game of the week.
On the PC, Fear was released, and that encouraged a lot of people to buy some AMD cards back in the day. Also 10 years ago, Phoenix Wright came to America on the DS with Phoenix Rice Ace Attorney. Phoenix Wright Rice-A-Roni.
Phoenix cauliflower rice.
11 years ago this week, That's So Raven was released on the Game Boy Advance. I just saw that. I'm like, I have to include that. That's pretty amazing.
But is it So Raven?
Yeah, it was pretty Raven. Also 11 years ago, Paper Mario, The 1,000 Years Door.
Paper Mario.
Paper Mario. Oh, look at me on my 2D.
How old is this door?
Very, very old. Let's cut it in half and cut the rings.
Okay.
Yeah, we have nothing to do. We have no jobs.
Where's Luigi?
And that was on the GameCube. 12 years ago this week, Mega Man X7 was released on the PlayStation 2, marking one of the worst entries ever in Mega Man history.
Which one? X7?
X7.
Yeah, that's bad.
Oh, my God.
It switches between 2D and 3D, doesn't it?
Yeah, from trash to trash.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Also, 12 years ago, Mega
Man X7?
Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne was released on the PC. Really awesome game.
Love that game.
I love it, too.
No one's done bullet time better.
Also, Jack 2 on the PlayStation 2, which was an interesting departure for the series, including carjacking. Jacking, get it?
Ratchet and Jack?
Mm-hmm. Also, 12 years ago, Kirby's Air Ride was finally released to the GameCube after years of development on the Nintendo 64. 13 years ago, not a great game, but a very strangely popular title, Blood Rain, was released on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, it inspired a movie.
Yeah.
With Ben Kingsley.
That movie, let me tell you. 14 years ago, one very near and dear to my heart. I remember E3 2001. I was just like, I need to play this game.
You're breaking my heart.
Devil May Cry, the original on the PlayStation 2.
The giant spider right away. I'm like, man, I'm in.
That shot-off shotgun, so good. 15 years ago, Pokemon Gold and Silver was released on the Game Boy Color, which is a favorite for many people. Not my favorite.
Many people don't know what they're talking about.
A lot of people are just dumbasses. 16 years ago, Metal Gear Solid, the VR Missions was released on the PlayStation, allowing you to take pictures of Naomi as she posed, which is really weird.
That is weird, but that game was a lot of fun.
That was a fun game. Way better than whatever that game that was on PSN recently that I was bitching about.
Oh.
I don't know.
You were bitching about it.
That was awful. 18 years ago, mixed reports on this. No exact release date, but I'm going to go with it. 18 years ago, Bushido Blade was released in the United States. One of my favorite games.
We should play it right now.
Okay. Hold on.
You beat me already.
Let's finish the podcast. Just have to charge forward and slash. 19 years ago, 3 Dirty Dwarves was released on the Sega Saturn. If you've never played that game, it is insane. Have you ever played that game?
No, I didn't.
Okay. The way you play that game is you play as one of 3 Dirty Dwarves. And even when you do that, you have
the titular dwarves.
The titular dwarves. The first stage involves you fighting. You're always fighting houses. Okay, you're fighting a gym, and the gym just has barbells flying out of it, and you're just smashing the floor. And after a while, you smash the floor so much that human feet stick out of the house, and the house starts jumping around everywhere. And then they grab you, pull you inside the house, and make you work out and throw you out, and you're so buff you can't move. It's bonkers, man.
You ever play Wiz and Liz?
Yeah. I don't know how that relates.
I had never heard of that game until recently, and there's just like no gameplay in it. You're just kind of floating around, and there's all kinds of goofy crap on the screen. It's awesome.
Yeah, very goofy crap. 21 years ago, Sonic & Knuckles was released on the Genesis.
The last good Sonic game. The last great Sonic game.
No, because those Sonic Advance games were pretty good.
Sonic Adventure?
Sonic Advance on the GBA.
Those are okay.
And they were pretty good on the DS. Sonic Generations was good.
You like Generations?
Yeah, it was good. Sonic Adventure was okay.
You're being very lenient.
No, I'm not. I'm being fair. I'm being objective, man.
Okay.
And 23 years ago, Sega dropped the bomb with Sega CD. October 15th, 1992. What's your favorite Sega CD games? Top 10. Go.
Oh, God. Man. None. Oh, Sega CD. Let's see. Nope. Got nothing.
All right, so we got Sonic CD. All right, go.
Sonic CD.
Kids at Work.
Kids at Work. It's probably
I think it's called Caution Kids at Work or Danger Kids at Work.
Caution Kids at Work. That's number 2.
Yeah.
What else they got?
Three Ninjas Kickback that has literally has footage of the guy that played their teacher that just comes in and he goes, "Remember to press the jump button." It's really
That's
weird.
Funny. Is Hulk Hogan in that one?
No, that was
Thunder Mountain. Or
yeah,
something?
that was part 3.
Where he owns an amusement park.
Sewer Shark. There's a classic.
Sewer Shark, number 4.
Make My Video. Either one.
Number
Both.
5.
Yeah. Which was CNC Music Factory and what was that rap group? Kid and Play.
Yeah.
Who were they?
They were in all the house party movies.
Yeah, but who were they? What was the name of the group?
Kid and Play.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No. Kid and Play are not, the name of the rap group is different from just Kid and Play
Yeah.
because they wear their pants backwards.
No, that's not Crisscross. That's different. Crisscross was a different group.
Who's Kid and Play?
They were in the house party movies.
No, Kid and Play were in Crisscross.
No, Crisscross was Mickey Mac, Mickety Mac, and Mac Mickey or something like that.
Email us, pressurecast@gmail.com to help us resolve that. Any other great Sega CD games off the top of your head?
That was all of them.
Jurassic Park.
Wait, did they have that game with Scottie Pippen, the basketball one?
Yeah. Oh, man. And that remember that live action, I forget what it's called, I showed it to you, where the guy's just like, "I don't want to play, I just want to dance." And then like the director comes off and he starts laughing. And that's just in the game. They just put a blooper in the game. It's so weird.
I love it.
Or, Prize Fighter. Honestly, though, the Luna game's really good.
Lunar?
Lunar.
I think it came out on something else after that.
Yeah, it did, but that's the best
Much
version.
easier to get. Is it really?
Yeah, it's a lot. That one's a lot easier, and it's a shorter game. Because you always go, there's more content in this version.
Oh.
Well, if you read the message boards, they say there's more content in this version. If you just read what they wrote.
And the PS1 version is pretty good.
Meh.
I liked it a lot. It's pretty short, too, and it's really simple.
Too short? Is he in Crisscross?
No, he's a different rap. He's the I wish I was a little bit taller.
I wish it was a baller?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, okay. Great. I think we should close out the show. Justin, where can people reach you on the internet?
At Justin Engelbart, and also you can find me on YouTube with this show that I've been doing from time to time with Colin himself, called Colin and Justin are the game. Justin and Colin are the game players.
Yep, that's what you can do. Colin and Justin are the game players.
You will find it if you type that in. I've tried.
No, you won't. Justin and Colin are the game players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Either or. You got them both on lockdown.
Let me try it. I'll get back to you next week.
It's Justin and Colin.
Yeah, it is. I go first.
Okay.
In that title,
because it's your show. You don't put me in first because I'm not.
I didn't mean to put you in first. I was looking at you.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Look at me. I could be at Dr. Karate Chop. That's how you can find me on Twitter, at Dr. Karate Chop. You can also follow the PressureCast at PressureCastPod. Email us, pressurecast@gmail.com, and, call the pressure line. Do all that stuff to be on the show. Go to iTunes, give us 5 stars. We would like it. Write a review while you're at it. Also, go to youtube.com/videogamesardumb. On Wednesdays now, you can check me out. I think it's youtube.com/c/
you might want to just put that online somewhere.
You know what I'm going to do? Go to videogames.com/live, and that's where you can find me streaming Wednesdays at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. I am streaming the entirety of my playthrough of Killer 7 on the GameCube, and that game is very weird. You're definitely going to want to check it out. It's a real good time. Justin, thank you for being on the show today.
I'm your most trusted companion.
Well, okay, guys. Justin,
wait, am I your most trusted?
Sure, whatever. So, guys, the $400 PlayStation is gone. There are price cuts, and eventually those price cuts will turn into nuclear bombs as the world ends in a fiery blaze. There's water on Mars, though, but fear not. The Pressure Cast is forever.
The Martian.
PRESSURECAST, weekly video game news podcast, is solely owned and operated by Colin Tanner. Guests of the PRESSURECAST are not employees or freelancers of Colin Tanner, the PRESSURECAST, or VideoGamesAreDumb.com, and are not paid. Music featured on the PRESSURECAST is property of their respective owners, and no infringement is intended. For more information, email pressurecast@gmail.com.
How's it going, Admiral?
Actually, talk like you want it. Come on, we're on the air. On the air.
How's it going, Admiral?
Don't go,
How's it going, Admiral?
Oh, it's going great. Long time no see. I've been taking all my cereal, all my crunchy cereal, and it's not going good at all.
Whoa.
Let's try that again.
I don't like how that sounds,
I
Admiral.
started over. All right, there we
I
go.
started over. How's it going?
Don't go home.
Why
It's hard to
not?
edit that because then it makes you clip.